I'm only speaking to benevolent beings. So what we know, or what many know, is that this place, it's been called a soul farm, a soul trap. Many of the tribal peoples on this planet have documented either written or oral histories documenting and evidencing the entities that have been running this place. There are texts on the planet that have truth in them. Pretty much most, if not all of those texts are tainted. There are a couple that people still really trust from the Eastern Indian traditions that discuss the ancient history of this place. Basically, I think it's just imperative that benevolent beings, especially those who are targeted, just face the facts, face the truth of this place, face the truth of what this place is, the who and the what is running it, to realize that there is an artificial frequency fence surrounding this place that has been being used to forcibly obstruct universal laws, universal law correction and remedy, and has been used to try and obstruct humanity's evolution. They have forcibly turned this place into a rigged system. So while benevolent beings here know the truth of things, know the laws, know right from wrong, know what the right answers are, there are entities that have rigged the system to forcibly obstruct universal law's correction and remedy here. So knowing that, and knowing what this place is, and the who and the what has been running this place, at that point, because there has not up to this point been true benevolent intervention here, it needs to be recognized, the conclusion, the truthful conclusion to all of that, which is benevolent beings do not belong in this place. Benevolent beings need to get the fuck out of here. We need to figure out a way to do that. One of those ways is affecting, terminating, deactivating, destroying the artificial frequency fence that surrounds this place. That has been pretty challenging because of the forced technology, the forced artificial frequencies, along with all what they are forcibly doing with the tech to benevolent beings. From what I know of it, this is a universe, and some are going to argue that it's not, so I'm not really speaking to those beings. What I know of it is that this is a universe, and that we are on a planet. Whether it's round, square, oblong, oval, who gives a fuck? Doesn't fucking matter. This is what it is this is a place. And obviously this place is within a larger place. I call that larger place the universe. And I do know that universal laws do exist. One of the ways that I know that is knowing the lengths that they go to. For example, the artificial frequency fence surrounding this place, the lengths that they go to obstruct correction here. Okay, it's called logic. Now, this place exists within a larger place. If the models of meta to micro and and micro to meta, and as well as above, so below, those models, if they are true, then judging by this place, that would mean, or that is indicative of the state of things outside of this place. So in this place, whether it was artificially erected or hijacked, who knows for sure? What I do know is that benevolent beings do not belong in this place, and we need to get the fuck out, and that it's a rigged system. The entities running and operating this place are in violation of all universal laws so many times over that it can't be articulated. So we need to focus on how to get ourselves out, which on some level will require beings to evaluate their belief systems. And really come to terms with some very abhorrent truths. It takes a strong being to do that. The alternative is something I don't even want to really discuss or talk about. I would say that if you know personally that you've had enough and that you're done with this fucking place, you're done with a forced rig system, you're done with being tortured and raped and harmed on a continuous basis and recycled over and over, at some point you're gonna have to make that decision of what you're gonna do about it. It would be better if we could all work as a group on the same solution. Now, what's that solution? From where I stand, the solution is destroying or deactivating the artificial frequency fence surrounding this place. That is done by very high frequencies and vibrations and emotions, intent and focus in a sustained fashion, which is, that's how we can see by the technology being forced on benevolent beings 24/7. And the reasons why they're doing that. They're using technology to try and possess and trying to rape the inherent parts of benevolent beings. So we need to focus on pulling back and taking back the things that have been raped from us. And we need to focus on how we're going to deactivate or terminate the fence. And because the fence is affected by high frequencies, vibrations, and emotions, as well as our energetic fields. The energetic fields that make up our beings. Our energetic fields affect our immediate environment and extend outward. And they do affect the fence. That is the reason why they're using the tech in the way that they're using it. So once you have an understanding of the basics and possible ways forward in solutions, then once you've spent some time reconciling the truth of this place, have come to terms with it, then you can, from that point, begin to move forward in implementing, taking action in the solution. Now, there might be other solutions. There might be portals, energetic portals on this planet. There probably are. Where are they and how do we get to them? Where do they go? Those are some important questions. There are probably a few different solutions. It's knowing what those solutions are and then figuring out what actions you're going to take. But from where I'm standing, I'm really only seeing the solution having to do with affecting the artificial frequency fence. So I've talked about trying to, working on strengthening your astral body's connection to your physical body. I do not advocate astral projection. That is what they want. They want beings out of their bodies. That's why they've really tried to sensationalize and make popular astral projection. They did take something organic and invert it. I think it's somewhat of an organic process to astral project. However, what they do, what they try to do with that is something else. And because they are trying to possess and trying to rape astral bodies, I think it's more just extremely important to be strengthening our connection of our astral bodies to our physical bodies and to our physical, to our energetic fields. The stronger that connection, the more you know what's going on with your entire being. So that would be one thing to work on. The other thing would be to really be working on knowing that this is a rigged system. Knowing that they forcibly have been, up to this point, obstructing correction and remedy. That is not, if you look at that in the bigger scheme of things, the big picture scale, that can't be going on. There can't be animated dead entities trying to keep an entire race trapped in a place to then try to forcibly torture, rape, and murder them over and over and over in continuous fashion without correction. Like, that is wrong once again, on a level that can't be articulated. That is incorrect. That is not right. That is not natural. That is inorganic. They have not been doing informed consent. So knowing that is not allowed. When I say that, I'm referring to the obstruction of correction and remedy. That is not allowed. You can't do that. You can't obstruct correction and remedy for an entire planet, for a universe. It fucks. I mean, it just fucks everything else up. The point I'm trying to make is there are certain points that are very important to remember that will help you in your moving forward process. So knowing that there must be correction one way or another. There must be correction. There must be remedy. To strengthen or basically be taken back everything that's been raped from you, strengthening your astral body's connection to your physical body. And at that point, then it's knowing and believing that you have every right to exist, that you have every right to be leaving this place with the totality of your being, unharmed, unmolested, and unhindered, and devoid of all harm to you. You have every right to be leaving this place. You have every right to be moving forward in your evolution process. You have every right to refuse to be loose, to be food for parasites. You have every right to refuse to being food for animated dead entities that should not even be anywhere near or in the same vicinity as alive, vibrating beings. That you have every right to choose to go somewhere else. That you have every right to evolve. That you have every right to refuse consent to having any part of your being raped from you. You have to know and believe that you have every right to be free, to be leaving this place, to take yourself off of this parasitic farm with the totality of your being, like I said, unharmed, unhindered, and unmolested, and fully intact. Even though many call the physical body a meat suit, part of the evolution process is being able to transform, transfigure our physical vessels into a higher, less dense state. To be used as our vehicles for traveling. It can be done. So knowing those things would then help a being to better overcome what it is that they force and be able to then hold and sustain for longer periods of time high frequencies and vibrations and emotions that will directly affect the artificial frequency fence. Either shatter it, deactivate it, terminate it. What I've noticed is anytime I'm working with my own physical body, my own energies, my own being, and trying to strengthen parts of my being, and working on taking my stuff back, working to strengthen other parts of my being, they get super, super fucking freaked out. They seem to be in massive fear when I'm doing these things. Super freaked out. Now they try to come at me harder, but I realize and recognize that is their massive fear. So what I'm saying is that there's something to that. In those instances, they're in massive fear and super freaked out because that's what affects the fence. That's what can deactivate and or terminate that artificial barrier between this place and the true full enforcement of universal laws in this place. So from where I'm standing, that, I'm not saying it's the only solution, but from what I can see, that is the most obvious and workable solution. Trying to find a portal to get out of here. Okay, you can do that. I don't know where those are. I guess if you know where those are and you can get to them, that's something else. So anyway, it's just every day it should become more blatantly obvious the way forward. It's a rigged system. It's run by animated dead entities. It has been for thousands of years. There has not been up to this point direct, true benevolent intervention. They are trying to possess and murder benevolent beings here via technology, right? Like there comes a point where you just got to face the fucking truth of things and come to terms with what this place is and what's being forced here, and then make your decision. You're going to have to put other belief systems either on the back burner or just let go of them altogether and face the truth of things. This is a fucked up place. What does that say for the state of things outside of this place? More and more, it seems to me that the universe itself, whatever consciousness or awareness or intelligence, those are all used loosely and in quotes, whatever's running and operating this universe, if anything, is clearly parasitic and psychotic. Now, universal laws exist to keep the balance. It's for checks and balances, is to correct wrongs. It is to keep things balanced in a universe. So universal laws do still exist, and they are still working. My concern is what's operating this universe has allowed and or enabled parasitic proxies, smaller parasites, to erect an artificial barrier between the beings in this place, on this planet, and true universal laws. So why would there need to be a barrier to fucking begin with? Right? And who's allowing the barrier to be in place? Especially for this long. Doing the horrific, vile, abhorrent fucking things that animated dead entities are doing here. Why would any true benevolent being obstruct correction in this place? How is it that the universe itself doesn't know what the fuck is going on here when so many beings here have been trying to communicate with the universe directly, talk to the universe, rely on the universe to deliver to them things that they're trying to manifest? Who are many beings here who are in constant communication with the universe, right? Many beings have been reaching out to the universe for assistance. So no one's going to sit there and tell me that the universe itself doesn't fucking know what the fuck is going on here. What the fuck is being forced here. So the universe itself knows whatever, if there is an entity running and operating the universe, it knows. And clearly it's hasn't really, it doesn't seem like it's doing much to assist true benevolent beings here. So that tells me it's complicit and compromised. So it almost might be that one seeks to move to a different it would be called a multiverse. So another universe within the multiverse. Right? This one is clearly, from where I'm standing, clearly failed, corrupt, complicit. It's clearly whatever's running and operating this universe, it hasn't been assisting, truly assisting benevolent beings. So it's, seems like it's fucking toast. This planet is being operated by animated dead entities. They're parasites. They're dead already. So it seems like the universe itself is favoring dead entities over organic, true, alive, vibrating, benevolent beings. Now, there's something going on there. I don't know what the totality of that is all about. But what I do know is benevolent beings do not belong in this place with animated dead entities. Clearly, we're in the wrong place. We need to be leaving, and we need to be figuring out the way to do that. And one of those ways that I can see is trying to affect, terminate, and or deactivate the artificial frequency fence surrounding this place. And remembering the most important points, like the facts, the basic facts, and not to get lost or sucked back into the lie of this place, of all the lies that they propagate here, to try and keep one sucked into the lies, cons, and deceit, and the fuckery. Now, we should be working on at least on some kind of a solution as a group. And I realize that, many of us are on kind of different pages. So that makes it hard. So I would say if you see this as a way forward, a workable way forward, a solution, then it would be helpful if you could then take steps to try and be working on the solution. Like knowing that you have every right to be free, that you're you're allowed to be free, that you have every right to be leaving this place, that you do not have to be forcibly trapped here by dead entities that shouldn't even be in any kind of manifested creation, because they're dead, because they're parasites, and that would be a contradiction on its face. So just knowing the basics, knowing the most important points, will help you to better affect the fence, better use, better overcome whatever it is that they're trying to force on you, and to better be using your frequencies, vibrations, and emotions and intention to directly affect the fence and or deactivate it and or dissolve it and or whatever it is, however it is that you're going to try and affect it. And use your imagination. Use your imagination. That's what it's for. And you just know and believe that you can affect with your intention, with your focus, with your emotions. I would say it's probably, if you can, try to aim like you're bulldozing. Like you're bulldozing the fucking fence. Aim for universal laws and bulldoze the fence that's the barrier. Right? Like start thinking of ways to affect the fence. And then see about doing that. And continue to refuse consent for all that they force. And be definitely, unfortunately, it has to be done every single day, pretty much all day, but taking back what's been raped from you. Your frequencies, energies, emotions, vibrations, and whatever else that you think that they've been trying to rape from you. Be taking that back and really be knowing and committing to your own memory, your own cells, your own blood, your own DNA, the frequency, your own organic frequency and vibrations, that place within you that you call home, that you feel most yourself, because they're trying to rape it. So you need to be knowing what your own true frequencies and vibrations are, what they feel like, that place within you that you call home, so you can easily recall or be in your own frequencies and vibrations and emotions. It's extremely important now. So know that you are powerful beings, that you have every right to evolve, that you have every right to be leaving this place and moving on in your evolution process, and have every right to refuse to being harmed and raped. And that know that there must be universal law correction here. And that they are in violation of all universal laws many times over. That they shouldn't even still be here. They shouldn't be around any alive, vibrating, living being. So know that you are strong beings. Stand your ground. Stand in your power. Take back what's been raped from you. Take back your stuff. And reconcile the truth of this place. Face the truth without fear. And then begin to take the next steps. All right, till next time.